wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Yeah, hello, what's going on? Welcome to the KVJ show. Got a big old Wednesday here. How you doing, Virginia?
I'm doing good.
And Bird, how you doing today?
Hello. Am I coming in clear?
We got you, yeah. Bird live from his casa today.
The bachelor pad.
Yeah, he's kind of in a quick quarantine just as we try to make sure that he's not contagious with any kind of funk. Yesterday he got a negative COVID test. Towards the end of the show we found out you had a fever and a sore throat. How are you feeling today? How's that fever holding up? How's your throat? How you doing?
The fever has broken.
Okay, good. All right, you broke something else.
Yes, the fever is broken. I do still feel a little weird. My dad kind of felt sick for about 3 days.
Okay.
He's feeling better now. So I think I'm on day 2 of this little train.
Okay, all right. That's all good. Yeah, because some people were saying yesterday there's a couple things going around. A regular cold. Some people were saying strep throat was going around. Do you have any pains in your throat still?
I do have some swollen glands going on. I have horrific allergies, man. I look like I've been doing cocaine for 3 days.
Oh, yeah?
All of the horrible side effects, none of the fun.
Yes.
That's crazy. All right. Well, the good news is Bird is back with us today, even though he's doing the remote thing. So it's good to have you back in here. So I think we're all good. We are all accounted for. I see you on there on Kvj Tv. We got the remote cam up with Bird as well.
Oh, so you can see him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, high-tech operation around here, Virginia.
When you guys had it hooked up for me, I don't think you could see me, right? Until the podcast.
No, we could see you.
You could?
Yeah, we saw, where you kept picking your nose the entire morning.
Whoops.
Yeah, we saw all that.
I didn't think you could see me.
Yeah, no, it was right there. So we are up on KVJ TV. If you want to see the Bird remote from his house, all his figurines behind him, you can just go to YouTube and look for the KVJ show.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, it looks like Claudia Conway is out at American Idol. They, I guess, didn't feel her singing was just quite ready for American Idol in Hollywood. But Ryan Seacrest did hint at some things, saying that he thinks the whole family should look into doing a reality television show. And, oh, look at that. I just so happen to produce those.
Yeah, right. That's what I figured.
Yeah, they could. If you watch them on TikTok, they could definitely have a future in reality TV.
Well, they're dysfunctional, right?
Yes. Lots of screaming, lots of passion there, lots of anger.
Okay, just what you want.
Lots of issues. So, yeah, it would make perfect reality. Prince Harry has a new gig. He just signed up to be the chief impact officer at a health tech company. This health tech company focuses on mental health and coaching. I guess he's going to be helping create programs for people and personal development and increased awareness. He'll be doing a lot of public speaking and going around talking about his story and talking about helping people with mental illness and just all kinds of stuff that he really feels passionately about. That is a huge way to make money. The public speaking circuit.
Oh, yeah. If you have any kind of credibility and people want to actually hear you.
You're Prince Harry. You're going to pull bank.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
I love the titles that they give people these days. What is he, the Chief Impact Officer?
Yes.
Is that what that is?
What does that mean?
Yeah. I'm the Impact Officer.
We just made this up.
Uh-huh.
And finally here, what is coming down the pike for Katy Perry and Taylor Swift? Maybe a collaboration?
Yeah.
Okay. Katy Perry and Taylor Swift, you say?
Yes.
I have a question. Is Katy Perry on Quaaludes?
Could you imagine what we could do together?
Oh,
my gosh.
yeah, I'll have what she's having.
I mean, alone,
Wake up.
alone, each of us are so annoying.
Together, we're
Together.
super powerful and annoying.
Oh my gosh, imagine.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Okay.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you got on your mind today, Jay Bird?
So I'm very excited to announce that our Weird and Whatever podcast will be back tonight, starting at 6 p.m. on our YouTube channel on KVJ. And just a few of the topics we're going to be hitting up tonight. We're going to be talking about whether I've had any kind of ghost experiences in my new house. We're going to delve into that.
Okay.
We're also going to be talking about some Denny's random facts. That's a crowd favorite.
Okay.
And a topic I really am excited to get into, talking about the grieving process, going when you lose an animal versus losing a human. There's a different set of emotions, and we're going to delve into all that. So I'm excited to get that cooking again.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, I think there has been some mysterious things going on in your place. I don't want to ruin things, but I think you got something to talk about with that, huh?
I definitely do have an update with that.
Okay, very cool. And are they going to be doing the Weird and Whatever? Is everybody coming to your place tonight?
No, they're not. We're going to be doing it at Zoom just because I've been out sick.
Okay.
And my studio is not done yet. So unfortunately, the uncomfortableness of the Zoom will still be there. But as they say in the business, it's better than nothing.
Okay, is that what they say in the business?
I don't know.
It's better than nothing. Take it or leave it.
The show must go on. That's what they say.
Yes, I love that, Virginia.
Okay. All right, Virginia, what you got on your mind today?
Well, I wanted to tell everybody I finally got over there and checked out that little Charlie and Joe's Love Street, the little project that Joe Namath did right across from the Jupiter Lighthouse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like 3 blocks of little restaurants and little nuggets. So it's a fancier restaurant on the bottom of one floor called
Right.
Beacon. Then on top of that, there is an like a rooftop called Topside.
Yeah.
That is such a cool little thing.
Yes,
it's like
it is.
tapas and light bites and delicious. A great cocktail and wine list. And then there's a little raw bar called Lucky Shuck. That was adorable.
Yeah.
And then there's a thing called the Tackle Box where you can actually pull up on your boat and they'll like hold onto your boat for you while you go run up there and grab like sandwiches, soups, salads, fresh fish you can even grab, like all kinds of cool little items to bring back on the boat with you. They got potato chips, cocktails, but it's all packaged up where you can go and grab it and put it on the boat.
They've done a really nice job up there. In fact, I would say, I love to be able to grab a cocktail and take a look at the water. And what they have there is arguably the best, or it's easily in the top 5 in all of Palm Beach County, at least, for places to go and have a cocktail and look at beautiful scenery in the water.
And there's no open container on that little piece of property they have. So you can grab a drink from the Tackle Box or from the Lucky Shuck and you can walk around with it. You can take your Instagram pictures with the lighthouse in the background.
I have a question. If I opened up a competitor next to the Tackle Box and called it the Snackle Box, would I get sued?
I don't know if there's any property left. Right next to the Tackle Box, it's the Square Grouper. There's really there's no little land over there anymore. Everything is taken up and there's only parking lots.
That's very true. To me, and I'd mentioned that after I went and checked it out maybe about a month ago. I went up there with the Mexican Queen, and I was just curious what traffic is going to be like. Now, I was there, I think it was opening weekend when they had it, when they kind of got everything going. But you've got a drawbridge right there, and you've got, what would you say, maybe 7 to 8 restaurants now that have viable traffic and parking issues, and then you kind of cram them all into that road. And it was built for, it's one of those towns. It was a old Florida village, and now it's becoming a vibrant South Florida community. and it's changing. And my question is the road going to be big enough to accommodate all the people that are going to want to go? Because it is one of those things, once you go, you're like, oh, we're definitely coming back because it's a really cool area.
I would suggest not going on the weekends just because it gets slammed.
Yeah.
I went on a Monday night and I felt like, okay, that we did this right because it was still packed. It was still an hour and a half wait to get up to the rooftop at Topside. But they do it really cool. You know, you can get a drink, go walk around, and they'll text you on your phone when your table's ready. So you don't have to stand there.
Okay. Well, that's very cool.
I like a good experience. They're nailing it.
They're just every single week. There's more and more awesome places that are opening up all throughout South Florida. That it's really exciting. It's a great time. There's so many good things, not only opening right now, but on the way. I've seen all the way through this summer. There's a lot of really cool restaurants, and you like going to hang out, places that you want to go check.
We do. We love it.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you think that you've peaked?
Definitely.
Definitely. You think maybe your best days are behind you?
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
I'm in my prime. I'm in my prime.
If you've peaked, Virginia, what age would you say you think you peaked?
I feel like maybe, I don't know, late 20s.
Wow, you peaked late 20s.
I think I did.
Really? No, and maybe you answer this question differently depending upon what you gauge as peaking. When are you your best? Now, if you're looking at it like, boy, I could drink my best in my late 20s, then yeah, maybe when it comes to drinking, you've peaked. But as a person where you just are the total package, you've got it all together. You know what you're doing. You feel like, you know what, I look good. I'm presented well. I've got knowledge and everything. To me, you know, it's a cumulative score, and it might be different for different people, what you consider to be great and not great. So what would you say when you say that you peaked in your late 20s? What is it that makes you awesome that you would peak for?
So when I think about like peaking, I think of like, you know, living my life the best I could for me and having a great time. After you have kids, it's not about you anymore. You have to sacrifice all these things that you want to do, and you can't do what you want to do because you have to do what's best for the kids. And those are not always in alignment in my head.
See, this is why I think this question is one that needs a lot more clarity, because they had this survey where they asked people of all ages, at what age were they when they peaked or when they think they'll peak? And the average answer was 37. But as I looked at this, I said, well, what is your definition of peaking? And to me, peaking is where you, on a certain day or an average of days, you are at your best, meaning that you have the most value to your time. You're doing great, valuable things with your time in an efficient manner. You're making less dumb decisions. You're making more better decisions than you ever have. And at the end of the day, you'd be like going, you know what? It's kind of like Bill Murray's Groundhog Day. He finally got to move forward in the calendar when he spent the perfect day where he was doing everything the way he should have been doing the day. To me, that's where you get into your zone of peaking. That's why, to me, I think I was a mess in my late 20s. There's no way. I mean, if that was peaking, yeah, maybe I could drink the most or I was the most reckless or whatever. But as far as the value of my day and my time, I would not put that at peaking at all.
I would look at it like, okay, peaking to me is like pinnacle of happiness. And if you are an independent person like me and you like just to get up and go and you like to be free as a bird, once you have kids, you don't get to be that anymore.
Yeah.
That's over. You don't live for yourself anymore. You live for the kids, and it becomes all about them. And I don't know. I'm tired at the end of the day. They run me ragged, and I've peaked.
Well, what about maybe a day when the kids grow up and they're gone?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Could your best day not be ahead of you then? If it's all about that and you don't feel like you could say that your age when you have children, you can peak because you're worn down and you're too distracted.
Yeah, I might have two peaks.
Well, you only get one peak, Virginia. This ain't a mountain range. This is a mountain top.
I mean, I might be in the valley right now, but
Okay.
after the kids move out and I can start, doing what I want to do again, anytime, any day,
Yeah.
I think I'll be a different person. It won't be about living for them. It'll be about living for me again.
Okay. I think that if I haven't peaked, I'm getting close. And I still think that my peak is coming. But I think for most people, and I think I'll hit my peak where I think I make better decisions with my time on a daily basis now. And so I think that I'm getting more quality out of my life than I ever have. But I think there does become a peak where your energy starts to decline. I talk to my mom, my dad now, and my mom's like, I just don't have the energy to do that. And so she, even though she may be enjoying her days, she just can't get as much out of it. To me, I would say, okay, you've already peaked, Ma. Sorry. But because of your energy, that's that. So I still feel good and feel like I can get everything I want done in a day. But it is every year getting harder and harder.
You have something that I wish I had. You have a wife. I would love to have a wife. If I had a wife, my life would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because they take care of a lot of the stuff when it comes to kids and laundry and meal preparation and packing lunch for the kids for the next day and laying out their school clothes and like all these things that like usually the mom does in the house. Usually, not all the time. But if I had all that freed up, I think I would have a different perspective.
Okay. Jaber, what do you think about for you? Have you peaked? If not, when do you think you will peak? And what is your definition? Because I think you got to qualify that. What do you term I'm peaking?
Oh, my friends, I'm in the beginning stages of my prime.
Okay.
I mean, the best is yet to come, baby cakes.
Okay. So the best is
Oh,
yet
yeah.
to come.
Yeah, no, I feel real strong.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. So that was an interesting survey question, but I'm just curious if they had people qualify what peaking was. 2/3 of people say they haven't peaked yet and their best years are still coming. So there's that optimism with a majority of people. 66% of people are like, yeah, no, the best is yet to come. Virginia thinks the best is behind her.
But I think I'm in a valley. I see a light at the end of the tunnel.
You do? Okay.
I may not peak again, but there will be, when I get my life back and I don't have to be a mom anymore, it will be different.
Okay. All right.
That sounds so depressing. I'm in the valley. Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, when you have kids and you're very, active with them, it's really about them.
So
and that's the sacrifice of being a mom.
For all women in their 20s who are riding high and feeling great, if you like to hit a valley, have children.
Stay on that birth control, girls.
Okay, there you go. That's your motherly moment of the day. All right. Coming up here in a couple of minutes, what is the best music moment from a movie? Not where they just interject a song necessarily, but there is a moment around music that's going on. Maybe it's a karaoke debut. Maybe it's a live concert. Maybe it was them performing a song inside of a movie. What would you say are the best from a movie? We'll discuss next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
What would you say is the best music moment from a movie? And I can give you an example. If you remember Top Gun, and they've got the sequel, it's going to be coming out this summer, when you had Maverick and he goes into the bar, there's the microphone, he grabs it. You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips.
Give it to him, Kevin.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, and he got the lady, with that very illegal move where he met her up in the bathroom. Remember that?
Yeah.
They said
yeah.
that is one of the
Very
greatest.
creepy.
Yeah, well, it really kind of was. When you look at it now, could you do that if you did that movie again? Is there going to be Maverick barging into the ladies' room again to try to seduce a woman on the sink scene?
Well, not only does he barge in the ladies' bathroom, he doesn't leave either. He lurks.
Yeah.
It's very unsettling.
Yeah, it is really kind of unsettling. So that would be an example of a great music moment from a movie. But which one arguably would be the best, or which one would be your favorite? Do you have one outside of that, Jaber, that you would say is your favorite?
I do, but you guys are going to hate it. I'm not even sure if you know it. I'm a big fan of the movie Teen Witch. There's a rap song called Top That, Top That. You can do all that, top that.
Yeah, if I had to say maybe one of the worst music moments from a movie.
It's that one.
I love that one, man.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's so awful and awesome.
Okay, you love it because it's so awful.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're saying. Some of the suggestions that people were sending in here, A Star is Born. That was a great, more recent one. If you saw that, where you got Bradley Cooper on stage and he brings Lady Gaga up there and she starts singing Shallow, that one part. In fact, they even kind of left the applause in the song, even on the radio version. You can hear that because it really was a cool moment. That was her big moment on stage. And then you see their careers start to go in opposite directions.
Oh, they were definitely hooking up too, by the way.
Oh, they were.
We can
no
tell.
doubt about it.
We can tell.
No doubt about it.
That movie made me love that song, actually.
Yeah, well, to me, that's when you really do it right, is when you have a moment in a movie where when you see it, you're like, wow, I love that. And I'll tell you one of my favorites, and Anthony had sent this in too from Port St. Lucie, is from the movie Almost Famous, when they're all riding on the bus and they start singing Elton John's Tiny Dancer. And I liked that song before, but it just was kind of an under-the-radar song for me. And then ever since that moment, I have passionately loved the song Tiny Dancer, and it's probably one of my all-time favorites now. And it's because of a moment in a movie that made me love it even more.
I want to do a Tiny Dancer sing along right now, but I know I'm on delay. It would go horrific.
Well, I mean, things are going too well on the show. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's give it to them.
Yeah, it's kind of our MO.
Pull me closer, Tiny
Dancer, yeah, Blue Jean Kevin.
Okay, there you go. See?
It was worse than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Somebody said the Live Aid scene in Bohemian Rhapsody, where you got Rami Malek playing Freddie Mercury, goes out there and they do the reenactment of what was a real moment. To me, that's why it was so cool and so powerful, was you had the story leading up to that moment. And when you saw that, or you saw that live, if you're old enough to remember, even if you've seen footage of it, it's disconnected from the momentum that brings you to that moment. So to see what he had gone through and where the band was at the time, and that's why that moment in that movie is so amazing, is it hits that pinnacle and you're like, this is cool to see what the band has gone through, and then they've got this, arguably the best moment from one of the greatest bands of all time. I definitely put that as one of the best music moments. How about B Rabbit in 8 Mile?
Oh, man. He beat Lickety Split. He beat Papa Doc. That's one of my favorite moments ever. I love that movie.
Yeah, I think you would argue as one. One that we've gotten several text messages about already is the final performance in Mr. Holland's Opus. Several people were saying that that is the greatest one, and I am such a tool that I've never even seen that movie. Don't know it. Somebody else texted in and said Heath Ledger singing in 10 Things I Hate About You.
That's a great one.
Okay. Any moment from Dirty Dancing? Is that a music moment? Does that count?
If there's no singing, I don't think we can give it credit, Kevin.
Okay.
What about in My Best Friend's Wedding when they all start singing, I say a little prayer
Little
for
prayer for
you, forever and ever.
And ever, and ever, and ever.
These sing-alongs are not working.
Did I ruin it?
No, you're fine.
The one that I love is, remember in Road Trip where the really skinny kid is in
Yes.
the black fraternity?
I love that.
And he starts doing the river dance to Run DMC. It's tricky.
It's amazing.
And you know what? And same thing with that song. I love that song before, but after seeing that moment, It's Tricky became one of my all-time favorite songs from that era just because of that moment. So to me, that's what qualifies it. People throwing out a little love for Vanilla Ice. Ninja Turtles, Vanilla Icing. Go, Ninja, go, Ninja, go.
But the best?
I don't know. That's what they're saying.
If you love them turtles, I guess so.
Some other suggestions is Pitch Perfect. I know you're a big fan of that, Jay Burr, when the Bellas go toe-to-toe with the other a cappella groups and then they sing No Diggity.
So it's one of those moments where I cringe when I watch it, but I also love it.
We're back, pitches.
Yes.
Okay. Talking about the best music moments from movies. We threw out a lot of the solid ones already. I know people jumping into the game late. They're saying, hey, what about Top Gun? Yeah, we got on that. Baby. We were already there. This is going to be really annoying. Sorry. Every time I turn on Jaybird, I'm going to fire something over here on this other computer.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
There's too many buttons.
Well, it's just everything's kind of rigged in a way that, doesn't really make sense sometimes, Virginia. So we're just going to try to make it through. So if things just start firing incrementally, it's because Jaybird is remote today and he's on one little switch that has many functions. So
Hello.
Hello.
There he is.
You and your dad both tested negative for the corona.
Yeah, we're healing men. We're healing up here.
Good.
Mm-hmm. We got a few moments that people wanted to throw in here that we forgot, and they're all good ones to get in. The parade scene in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Remember when he's singing Twist and Shout?
That's a good one.
He's got the parade going on. Props to Kyle from West Palm for throwing that one in there. Somebody said, what about in Beetlejuice where they sing Day-O?
Yeah, that's a great one, too.
In We're the Millers, when Will Poulter sings the TLC song Chasing Waterfalls. Somebody wanted to throw in Wayne's World, where they sing Bohemian Rhapsody. And you talk about moments that really change songs. And that song from Queen had been a hit before, but if I remember right, it went to number one. I think it was in 92, something like that.
It fired it right back up.
Simply because of that movie. And yeah, I think of Bohemian Rhapsody differently after the movie Wayne's World.
I think Bohemian Rhapsody has hit the charts 3 separate times.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pop up video over here. Well, music facts.
There you go. Fun facts with the bird. Somebody said Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard doing Queen of the Night is one of their favorites. Sweet Home Alabama, that's another one with the movie with the same name. When they use that song in the movie, I like Sweet Home Alabama, the song, better because of the movie.
Did anyone say Sweet Child of Mine from Step Brothers yet?
No,
That is awesome.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, I got to that. So, all pretty good ones. Thank you very much. If there's anything else, you can throw them at us, 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. Coming up here, we're going to play a fun little game called What's Jaybird's Number? Like, Virginia, if you had to guess, how many pizza boxes do you think Jaybird has in his house right now?
Oh my gosh. He probably has like 5 or 6. And that's not counting the ones that are out in the trash cans.
Okay, so Virginia's saying it's 6. Suits, do you think that's an over or under? How many pizza boxes Jaybird has in his house right now? 6 is the number. We going over or under on that? Suits is going under. He's saying 5. Okay,
wow.
That's the big guess. The truth, how many pizza boxes does the bird actually have in his house right now? We'll play Bird's Number next. Got a few celebrity birthdays going on here today. Got to say a big old happy birthday to Peyton Manning. He's a former quarterback, and you see him on TV now. Pretty entertaining dude as well. He was with the Colts, originally from New Orleans, Virginia.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. And also went on and took the Denver Broncos to a Super Bowl.
He did, after the Colts let him go and didn't think he could do it.
He still had more in the tank.
He shoved it in their face just like Tom Brady.
Yeah.
People doubting you apparently works well with these quarterbacks.
Don't discount these old guys, Virginia. Still got more in the tank past 40. Allison Hannigan, remember her all the way back in American Pie when she talked about that one time at band camp?
Yes.
She also went on to be Lily on How I Met Your Mother. She's 47 today. Jim Parsons from Big Bang Theory, he plays Sheldon, is 48. And Tommy Hilfiger, the clothing designer in Palm Beacher, is 70 today. So happy birthday to them. And also we got a birthday shout out to James in South Carolina from Mom, Dad, Alexa, Petey, Scrappy, and Luna. So very nice. Christine had sent that in. So happy birthday there. Got a birthday you want to get on the KVJ show, you just let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com, mail at kvjshow.com. All right, what is Jaybird's number? We all took a guess for how many pizza boxes he has at his house. Virginia, you set the over-under at 6. Suits thought it was under at 5. Jaybird, what is the actual number of pizza boxes that you currently have at your house right now?
Uh-oh.
I don't hear him for some reason.
Denny's, our computer's
Hello,
messing up.
Hello? No.
Oh, dang.
Okay. Hello, Bird? No.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
There
we got
he
you
is.
now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
What'd you do?
Okay,
Trip
yeah,
over the cord?
No, I think I was going through some kind of a technical difficulty here.
Oh, you were? Okay. Was that on your end, Bird?
I don't know, man.
Yes.
It's also weird.
So that means yes. He tripped and pulled the plug out.
No, I did not.
Okay, so what is that number? How many pizza boxes do you have at your place currently?
Right now we have 8 boxes.
Dang.
Whoa.
Dang!
Okay, 8
Well,
boxes.
Keep in mind, I haven't been able to go out either, so.
He's not feeling well. Pizza is his comfort, his healing. It's a healing pie.
True, but you've only been sick for one day. Just to, you make it sound like you've had this debilitating disease for months now.
I'm sure he was hungover before he was sick.
I mean, he's like, yeah, but I've been sick. I'm like, yeah, for 24 hours.
The pizza is kind of like my augmentum.
Augmentum.
Hello?
Okay, what is augmentum?
What is that?
Oh boy, is this thing on? Ugh, I think isn't that a medicine? I thought that was never mind.
Yeah, the only people that are laughing right now are pharmacists.
Okay.
Nobody
I
knows
thought
what the
that was
hell
a
that is.
Dude, he said augmentum.
I thought that was a common medicine.
How many of those pizza boxes actually have pizza in it?
So there's a few that have some old pizza crust in there, but they're mostly all empty.
Okay, all right. So you've housed 8 pizzas. Pretty much.
Within, like 4 days, 5
Now,
days.
you and your dad both aren't feeling so hot. Are you there nursing each other back to health?
No, I'm not nursing him right now. He's quarantined at another place.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is he taking augmentum?
Man, I thought that was a very common antibiotic.
Augmentum. I don't
Never
know.
heard
I'll
of
look
it.
it up right now.
Wow.
Augmentum.
Okay, got another one here for Jaybird's number. How many pictures of Chewy do you think he has hanging on the walls in his house? I know that listeners have given him some. That is Chewy, his dearly departed doggy. How many photos of Chewy are up on Jaybird's walls?
Now, does the one that you had framed that cost a lot, does that count as one?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Kevin, there's a lot.
Over under 8. What do you think, Virginia?
Over.
You're going to go over?
Yeah, I'd bet his face on it.
Okay, Suits and Denny's. What do you think? Over under 8 for Chewy photos. Okay, Suits, they're both saying over. Okay. All right, Jaybird, what is the actual number of how many Chewy photos you have hanging on the wall of your house?
I sent you the wrong number. It's more. I have 14.
Wow. 14.
That's
okay.
a lot.
That,
It is. It's a lot.
Is that pretty much one photo per wall?
Well, I have some walls that have multiple pictures. I have some in the bathroom. I have some in both bathrooms.
He's got paintings. He's got photos. He's got.
Okay.
It really is.
A lot going on there.
It's a history of Chewy. It's really a dedication home.
Okay.
It's probably too much, and I'm looking into dialing it back and making some changes in my life.
And then he's got like body pillows with Chewy on them, which is in the
Yeah.
shape of Chewy.
It's
So
a
he
lot.
can snuggle up with the Chewy pillow. It's a lot.
Okay, another interesting thing in Jaybird's house is his Bigfoot figurines. These things are all over the place. So he's accumulated them through the years. Many of our KVJ Nationers have given him Bigfoot figurines. I'm going to set the number at 50. 50 Bigfoot figurines. Can a man possibly have more, or does he likely have less? What do you think, Virginia? You going the over or the under?
So this is just figurines. We're not counting the rugs that have Bigfoot, the flags that have Bigfoot, or the artwork that has Bigfoot.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, just figurines.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
50 seems like such a waste of money. I mean,
Okay, a lot of them have been gifts.
50? I'm going to say over because he's a man of excess.
Gonna say over on that. Suits and Denny's, both going over. Yeah, that's a safe thing here. How many figurines do you have, Jaybird?
Right now, I got a count of 63.
It's impressive, isn't it?
I am a man of excess. Thank goodness I don't like cocaine or do cocaine.
You'd be like Demi Lovato.
Oh my gosh.
man.
All kind of strokes and heart attacks.
Uh-huh. Okay, what about this? His poison is whiskey. How many full bottles does he have in his house right now?
Full?
Yeah, full bottles of whiskey. How many are in Bird's house?
I mean, he lives really close to multiple liquor stores. And we talked about that. Like how much liquor stores are all around him.
Yeah. 2 seems like a solid number because you'd want the one that you're on, and then, let's say that the worst thing is, to want another drink and you don't have one.
He could have stocked up. He's probably itching to have some female company over there. And he probably went to that liquor store that's right by his house that's really big and stocked up and got a few bottles.
Okay.
I mean, I am itching real hard.
I'll put it at 5. Are we talking over or under? Full bottles of whiskey in Jaybird's house right now. What do you think, Virginia? Over or under?
5.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good number.
Mm-hmm. How many does he have?
Oh, it's probably a push.
Shoots Denny's, what do you guys think? They're both going under. What do you think, Virginia?
Yeah, I'll go under 2. I think he probably has 4 or 5.
Bird, how many do you have?
The witch is right. She knows liquor. We all know she's a liquor hound.
Yeah.
It is 4.
Oh, she's an old liquor hound. Remember,
She's
it's
an old
keyword,
liquor
old
hound.
liquor hound, yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah, you were correct on that. Got 5 or 4. And how many fake-ass plants does he have?
Oh, my gosh.
You got on him about these, Virginia.
They're so annoying.
What do you
They're
think?
also known as faps.
Yeah, faps. Faps. I'll say 10. Is that over or under 10?
It's way over.
Way over.
It's way over because in his bedroom, he's got them like lining the baseboards.
Okay.
They're everywhere, Kevin.
Denny's and Suits, over under 10 fake plants in Jaybird's house. Okay, Suits goes over, Denny's goes under. Bird, what is the tally?
I have. I sent you the wrong number. It was more. It's 17.
Wow. That is impressive. 17.
Look, I love my faps.
Yeah.
Love them.
They're pretty impressive. Okay, very nice. Well, there you go. That is Jaybird's number there. And I didn't even mention, because yesterday we were talking about how Denny's has got you hooked on those cereal bars.
Oh my gosh. And I kind of feel like he's poisoning me with ginger.
Yeah.
Ginger's good for you.
Yeah,
Dog, ever since he gave me ginger, I'm sick. I'm out of work.
So you did ginger shots and it's made you ill.
Immediately.
Immediately stop doing the ginger and eat as much gluten and carbs as you can.
Look, I am a gluten guy, I guess.
Yeah.
Gluten and sugar. That's his 2 BFFs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yesterday on the show, we were talking about Krispy Kreme offering up free donut for the rest of the year daily for anyone who is vaccinated. And that led to a poll on her Twitter for the best donuts. That upset Gail. She said, donuts are one of the worst foods for you. Can we do a poll on what is the best apple? Fuji, Pink, Lady, Opal,
The best-
Honeycrisp, Granny Smith, Ambrosia. So
Don't forget the Macintosh. That's my favorite apple.
Okay.
The Macintosh is the best.
So Gail wants us to do a poll on best apples. So
I love it.
For the 3 people who would like to vote on that, we'll get that posted up here never.
That's amazing.
Yes, I thought it was pretty good. So what did win out on the best donuts? This is what we do. We do junk food on this show. According to KVJ Nationers in South Florida, I think somebody got on the Dandy Donut bandwagon, and boy, they really started slamming our website yesterday. That got the most votes.
Oh, the Dandy people were like, nuh-uh.
Dandy Donuts.
Today we win.
Yes, in Hollywood, 41% of the vote went to them. Jupiter Donuts was second with 29% of the votes. We've got Dixie Cream Donuts that's on the Treasure Coast at 13%. Then your Dunkin' Donuts at 7%, and Krispy Kreme rounded out the top 5 with 6%. So people love them the local donuts, though. And I know probably had some home cooking in there, pounding through the votes, but people do. I think people like the local donut shops. There's something really cool about that.
It's a fun story, you know, when you're in there and you're talking to the guy that made the donuts. It's just neat.
You look at our ice cream places, too. Wouldn't you say that maybe some of the most popular, whether it be Jackson's or whether it be Sloan's?
Sloan's is my favorite.
Yeah.
And I also like Coral Cones.
Okay.
Up in Jupiter. They're really good, too. I like a small ice cream shop.
Mm-hmm. So quaint about
Coral
it.
Cones. That sounds good.
It's real good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to have more sugar here in the KVJ diet today, which Bird is going to love for a World Record Wednesday. This has to do with a nice sugary Mountain Dew. And luckily, Jaybird has at least one Mountain Dew in your house. In fact, that's an over-under. How many Mountain Dews do you think Jaybird has at his house right now? Say standard 12-pack, that is the over-under. What do you think, Virginia? Is it over or is it under? How many does he have, do you think?
Oh, Mountain Dews. I'm going to say it's over 12.
Over 12. Denny's and Suits are both saying over. Any idea how many Mountain Dews you got in your house, Jaybird?
It's going to be 50-something because I bought several 24 packs. I host sometimes when people come over here.
So a lot of people, you have a lot of friends. How many are you hosting? You have like 40 people over to your house?
I also have an addiction.
You been hosting any ladies?
No, but I need to.
Okay, so the fastest time to chug a 12-ounce can of Mountain Dew is 5.85 seconds. That was set by Bad Boy South in 2015. So Jaybird has a Mountain Dew ready. Do you think he could get a Mountain Dew knocked down in less than 6 seconds, Virginia?
I don't know. I mean, he is a really good chugger and loves soda. I think he's got a shot.
He is pretty good. I am going to put the over-under at 7 seconds. That would be about a second and a half off the mark.
We've seen him do it with beer, and he's kept up with some phenomenal chugging experts. And beer is way harder, I think, than soda, right? It tastes good.
Soda can be tough because it can give you the throat bubbles. It can attack the lungs in an aggressive way. I mean, this ain't your grandma's kind of challenge.
Okay. This is not your grandma's kind of challenge.
My grandmother would never do this.
Your grandmother is not going to chug Mountain Dew.
No.
Okay. So that's very accurate, Jaybird. This is not your grandmother's challenge.
She's 97. That could take her out.
I was trying to make it sound cool and dangerous, and it's not cool.
Okay, 7 seconds. Suits, are you over under 7 seconds on this World Record Wednesday? He's going to go, okay, you think he's going to be over 7 seconds. Okay, just a little bit. Denny's saying way under. Denny's thinks you're going to do it in 2 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. How about that? That would be half of the record. That'd be amazing. Okay, Denny's is always believing in you here, Bird. Okay, 5.85 seconds. Now, because you are on KVJ TV, I'm going to go with the clock based on that. So I need the visual. So I'm going to start our clock based on when I see you starting to chug, and then we'll get a time based on that because there could be a slight delay. Bird had a fever yesterday, a negative COVID test, but we've got him in quarantine just to be safe.
And just to let everybody know, I did get the dual test.
Okay, yeah, because people were saying you had gotten the rapid antigen test, and a lot of times they say get the PCR as well, and so you're saying you were negative on both.
Well, the PCR takes 48 hours, I believe. Still waiting on those results, but the other one was negative as a Nancy.
Okay, yeah, that's the antigen. People were saying, it's only like 60% accurate, so that was...
He took them both, so we're just waiting.
All right. Okay, here we go. Bird, you got the Mountain Dew ready to go. Okay, I'm going to go on your visual. So as soon as it gets to your lips, Just to let you know, I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to start that clock. Okay, I think I got you in real time here. Okay, you ready?
Just a quick question. What is considered impressive, and when should I feel bad? If it's over 10 seconds, is that pretty lame?
I actually put you at the 7.
Yeah.
Gosh.
You're a man that chugs.
Yeah,
You've done this many times.
Yeah, that's our KVJ Respectable today. We're going to push you a little bit on this because this is a challenge you should excel at, chugging a Mountain Dew in 7 seconds.
Man, I wish I would have had a warmer dew.
Yeah, yours are all ice cold, right?
Oh, I mean, they're Arctic cold.
Okay, yeah. And so delicious.
So delicious.
Hey, world record Jaybird is going to thoroughly enjoy here. Okay, can he break the world record for chugging a Mountain Dew? It's a 12-ounce can, and 5.85 is the seconds that were in that record. All right, Bird, whenever you're ready, you can begin. On your mark, get set, and chug. There he goes. Okay, it's going down. Look at him gulping that down. I'm telling you, I think he's going to do it, folks. He's getting right down to the wire, and we've got the last sip. Boom. Done down 8.14.
Whoa.
I think is what I've got, and Denny's is giving that 8.14. Okay, so impressive it was.
Oh, gosh. Brain freeze.
Are you all right there? You all right?
Oh, my brain's frozen.
Well, why'd you make them cold? I mean, you couldn't leave one out on the counter?
Oh, Virginia, retrospect.
Okay. All right.
Did yourself in.
8.14. Well, you know what? The good news is you got 50 other cans to keep practicing on.
What is that bad? Is that pretty
I think
weak?
it's good. No, I think that's impressive. I would be impressed if you told me I could knock down a 12-ounce beverage in 8.14 seconds. I'm going to be happy the rest of the day.
I mean, people are really giving me the business.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They thinking that you had more? You could have done more?
Yeah, there's always these Johnny-come-latelys that think they know.
Yeah, well, just pushing you to be your best, Bird. That's the way it goes. There is actually a world record that is going to be attempted this weekend. We may have had this guy in studio with us. 63-year-old George Hood on Saturday is going to be attempting to set the Guinness World Record for the most push-ups in an hour. Remember that, Virginia? We had that dude in here that could do the push-ups like crazy, the older guy?
Yes.
I think this is him, and I think he's going to be going for the world record. Current record for push-ups in an hour is 2,919. So he's going to try to break that at Evolution Fitness in Boca on Saturday. So wishing George some luck on that.
Good for you, dude.
Yeah. You want to really impress us, though, George? Chug him out and do in less than 8 seconds. That's what's really impressive.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Okay, got to make up or break up here. This says it just got really complicated. The email says, a girl that I work with really wanted me to meet this guy. She was selling him hard, and typically no one ever lives up to that kind of hype. Then I met him, and he was as advertised.
Really?
He was gorgeous, funny, charming, and confident, but not arrogant. Our first meeting was in the range of perfect. We've been out on 5 dates, and I've already drifted into the fantasy of marrying this guy and having a family.
Wow.
I actually thought he was going there too when he asked me if I ever wanted to have kids. This was on our 5th date. I told him that I would love it if it happened. Well, he told me that he loves kids and said that he is so excited to see his baby when it arrives next month. Thankfully, I wasn't drinking anything when he said that because it would have been a spit take. My heart dropped. Then the whole story came out about how his ex-girlfriend was going to be giving birth to their child. He admitted that he was afraid to tell me because he didn't want to scare me away too fast. Now my head is racing with what to do. I just keep thinking about how occupied he's going to be with the new baby, and then there are the obvious complications to a new relationship. I'm thinking about telling him that we should take a break, and then maybe he can call me in 6 months if he's still interested. I don't want to ruin the perfect thing with the perfect guy, though, so what should I do? Run or give him a chance?
I would give him a chance. I mean, if he's this awesome and had you on date number 5 thinking about getting married and you're like making plans, the older we get, the harder it is to find people that haven't been divorced and have kids. Like, it's just a fact. So if you decide that you're never going to date anybody that has kids, well, you've narrowed the dating pool down considerably.
Yeah. The one thing that I would tell her right here is you're thinking about ending a relationship over what you expect to be situations and problems coming up, but they're not problems now.
No, they're not. They're not problems yet.
So if it becomes problematic in the next month or 2 months and you're just not seeing him and it just doesn't feel like the relationship's going anywhere because, hey, understandably, he is a new father and his attractions might be somewhere else, and who knows how the ex-girlfriend feels, and it could get complicated, but you're already thinking about ending a relationship for what it could be, not for what it is.
You need to have some facts. You need to find out exactly what the situation with him and the ex-girlfriend is. Hopefully they don't live together, right? That would be weird.
Yeah, there's nothing about that in here.
You need to just ask some questions, get some information, and I would not write him off because of this.
Okay.
Yeah, I could not disagree with both of you so much. I mean, I think you gotta run.
Getting out, huh?
My gosh, can you add a little bit more drama in the beginning part of a relationship?
You don't have to be involved with the baby or the baby mama. You just continue to date him, and he's going to still have time to date you. This can be a thing where you are completely separate from whatever's going on with this infant.
Oh, no. There's going to be so much drama with the ex. Oh, yeah. You're in a world of fighting and weird moments. Yeah, I disagree.
Going right at it. Don't take any chances.
Well, look, I love kids. I'm not saying you can't date people with kids, but she's pregnant. That means they were intimate not that long ago. There's a lot of emotions and a lot of drama that's going to be going with that. You don't know how that's going to turn out.
Well, she's a month from giving birth, so it was probably about 9 months ago that she got pregnant, 9 to 10, and
these two have only been dating
5 dates.
5 dates. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
This is life. This is life, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely red flags.
Most people in the chat room are saying to run, that it should be a breakup. That if you are dating somebody and you find out they're about to have a baby, then get out. So,
But he's a perfect guy.
he's a perfect guy.
I mean,
but
you
can't-
get out.
I think the chat room's saying you can't be a perfect guy if you have a child on the way.
Well, he's a perfect guy in every other way. You don't find that very often. Mm-hmm. You're just going to let that just get out there and just drift away from you without ever knowing if it was going to be drama or not?
But it was perfect before you knew all this. Now you know it. It's not so perfect. And again, I want to reiterate, it's got nothing to do with the kid. It's got to do with she's pregnant, she's giving birth, they broke up. It's a lot in the beginning. Only 5 dates, and also 5 dates talking about marriage. We gotta talk about that too.
He was that amazing that she was having the fantasy.
She was thinking about it. They weren't talking about it. He brought it up to her that if she would ever be wanting to have kids in her life.
Yeah, run.
Okay. All right.
I
The verdict is
disagree.
break up on that one. From the chat room, at least, and Bird. Okay, what about this? Make up or break up? I now question her ethics, is what it says here. I found $100 worth of crisp bills in the Target parking lot. I took the money I found inside and I gave it to an employee in case somebody came looking for it. My girlfriend was legitimately pissed at me, saying that it was a godsend and that I should have kept it. She then pointed out that I didn't get her anything for Valentine's Day because money was tight. Her stance and comments have now made me rethink her quote-unquote heart and our relationship. Okay.
I mean, when somebody else finds money, you can't tell them what to do with it. If your man found it and he wants to turn it in and do the right thing, maybe it's not what you would do, but you don't get to make the call.
I think your ethics are on different pages here and you're starting to see it. You would be the kind of person that would turn that money in. She would not, thinking that it was the universe taking care of you. And then she's thinking that, you know what? The universe is taking care of you, but you're not taking care of me because I got nothing on Valentine's Day because you said you didn't have money. Here, God gave you money for my Valentine's Day gift, and you gave it back. What's wrong with you, dude?
And you gave it to a Target employee that probably pocketed it and never turned it in.
Sure.
So I don't know if you made the smartest move on that part.
Do you think you should stay in this relationship with this heartless girl that says you should have kept the money? Virginia, what's your thought?
I think she's wrong to tell him what to do, but I don't know if it's breakupable. She needs to let it go and stop harping on him, and he needs to maybe not tell her if he ever does anything like that again.
Okay, what do you think, Bird? Does this make up or break up for you?
I just want to make sure I understand. She's mad at him for turning in the money?
Yes.
Yeah, she's evil. You need to break up with her, too. These people are crazy that you got on these scenarios.
No, we got a lot of great emails this week. Okay, let me throw another one at you here. He doesn't come off as creepy. Okay. This email says, I met this amazing man 3 months ago at a family get-together. He was a friend of my cousin's, and we exchanged numbers at the party. We dated for 3 amazing months, and he came off as the perfect guy. Here we go, perfect guy again. Then last weekend, my niece was looking at some photos on my phone and scrolled by one with my boyfriend in it. My niece's friend saw it and said, ew, that's the creepy old guy that was hitting on me.
What?
Well, since she's looking at my phone, I, of course, wanted to see who she's talking about. And I was shocked when I saw that she's talking about my boyfriend. So I made sure that they were on the right photo, and I said, this guy? And she's like, yeah, that's the guy. He told me that I came across very mature for my age, both emotionally and physically.
Oh.
Apparently, that's all my boyfriend said to her because my niece's friend walked away from him in disgust after he made that comment to her. Now, my boyfriend's 45 and my niece's friend is 19, and he did make the comment before we were together, but still, does this make it a deal breaker? Okay, what do you think, Bird?
I think all these people need to break up with these people. Yes, deal breaker.
So for that comment where he said, you're very mature for your age, emotionally and physically.
Yeah, I don't want my mate doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if that's the way he talks to 19-year-old girls, it kind of shows me that he has no gauge in his head over what you're supposed to say and not say. Yeah, we know she's got a banging body. She probably looks amazing, but you don't say that.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so faux pas to be a creepy old dude.
Yeah. Sound like you speak from experience, Bird.
Oh, I'm not old. I'm in my prime.
Mm-hmm. And one more here, make up or break up. It says, my boyfriend has been exhibiting some sketchy behavior recently. He was liking the bikini photos of girls that we know. So I guessed his password on his Instagram. I went in there and saw that he had been DMing a girl that we know, telling her that he would subscribe to her OnlyFans account. She posts naked photos. I want to confront him, but I don't want to sound crazy for hacking his Instagram. Is it time for a breakup?
Yes. I mean, it doesn't sound like he is only coming to you for the goodies. It sounds like you got a guy who's stepping out on you.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wallace Pennington is so out. Yeah, there's zero loyalty.
It's a breakup. It's a breakup. It's a breakup. It's a breakup. We don't need to ask. It's all out, baby. All right. Yeah, that sounds like you're with a dude that, if you got somebody that's looking elsewhere while you're together for that kind of stuff from people that you know, that's too close for comfort.
Absolutely too close. Oh, yeah. It's OnlyFans today, and it's meeting up behind the Dunkin' Donuts tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gonna start seeing some different things happening now with COVID. At American Airlines Arena, they're going to be doing a vaccinated section. Be interesting to see how things continue to progress here as we start to edge our way out of this pandemic. It is going to be down in the lower section. It's going to debut April 1st with their game against the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, the best seats in the house.
It sounds like if they're lower level, they're going to be better seats.
Huh.
Now, is that going to be something where they'll start giving the best seats to vaccinated people?
Interesting.
I don't know. Now, the one thing about this, masks are still going to be required for the section, but social distancing is going to be slightly relaxed. So it'll be a little bit easier if you're going to be going down there. So that's maybe some of the first that we're seeing, as we got a lot of sporting events that are going on. By the way, the Miami Heat are kind of struggling a bit. They're on a 4-game losing streak, lost again last night. Yeah, they're back to 500, so we'll see what happens with that. Also, I see that there's some struggles going on with the Miami Open. Venus Williams got bounced yesterday. And they're already missing Serena, her sister, who withdrew because of an oral surgery she'd had. Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, Andy Murray, all some big names are out. But we have Osaka. She's going to be playing her first match tomorrow. And Disney is doing something. How do you feel about having facial recognition, letting the park know whether or not you should be let in or not when you go into the park?
It's a little Big Brother, isn't it?
Well, it's something that they're going to be trying here. If you are going to be going now through April 23rd, they're using the facial recognition technology. It will capture an image of your face, convert it into a unique number, and then associate it with the form of admission being used for park entry. They said on their website. Go ahead, Bird.
We're just getting to the point now with all of this face recognition. We're getting to the point where Virginia could be making out with a goat, and we won't know if that's real or not. That's how crazy it's getting.
Yeah, now what they're going to use this for, I don't know. And they are saying on their website that the test is completely optional and limited, I guess, to make people feel better, because otherwise people would say, I'm just not comfortable with that. I don't know what this is all about. But I'm wondering if this is Disney testing this out. Is this all tied into the vaccination thing? Where if we start getting a database of people who are vaccinated, think about how easy that would be. You can use facial recognition to decide whether or not the person is vaccinated. And imagine if you go to Disney and you're allowed in the vaccination section, or you got to go over here where the diseased people might be. Not to say we're there. I'm coming up with my own designs, but otherwise, why are you testing this facial recognition technology? What are the things that you want to know about us, Disney?
It could be, too, to keep people out that they don't want out. Like if you've ever been chucked out of Disney, they might face scan you and then say, no, this dude's not getting back in.
And there's probably multiple reasons. Or let's say that somebody is on a database of the FBI most wanted. You don't want that guy strolling into your theme park and causing problems.
Maybe.
So I could see, multiple reasons, but that is something that Disney, of course, is going to have the tech to do.
Yeah, Michael Rendell in our chat room said, whether it's right or not, there's no way to prevent any of this. And he's right. There's no way to stop it.
Yeah. So they're doing it, but apparently right now it is optional. So what, when you come in, they'd be like, hey, can we take a picture of your face? I don't know how they're going to find out. What are they going to do? Have an optional line or a mandatory facial recognition? I don't know what they're doing.
They've already been taking your fingerprint. Remember that? You had to go in there and scan your finger.
Yeah.
Now they're just going to scan your face.
Yeah. That is it. So I think, like it or not, facial recognition is going to be something here in the very near future that they're going to be using for a lot of stuff other than just going into Disney.
It's time for viral audio.
So hide your kids, hide your wife.
Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Just give you a quick little heads up. Again, if you missed it earlier, the announcement that Mike Tyson made on his Instagram yesterday.
I just want everybody to know, the fight is on with me and Holyfield. And Holyfield's a humble man, I know that. And he's a man of God, but I'm God's man. And I'm going to be successful May 29th.
Wow, okay, that was just finally officially announced. 54-year-old Mike Tyson is going to be fighting 58-year-old Evander Holyfield, and it's happening right here in South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium.
Do you think that it would be kind of fun if they did some kind of play with where one of them bites each other's ear?
Yeah, I wonder what the tone is going to be, because if you don't remember back in the mid-90s, it was an infamous fight when they were both in their true fighting prime. And Mike Tyson was kind of struggling a little bit to get to where he had been. And Evander Holyfield kind of had him wrapped up. Mike Tyson got frustrated and bit a chunk off of his ear. And it was insane, and it's been one of the biggest and most talked about sports moments now ever, and they're finally getting back in the ring, and it's mainly because of the money, I think. Now, this week, Holyfield's camp had said that Mike Tyson had wanted a $25 million guarantee and was holding out for that. So maybe Mike Tyson got the $25 million, or he probably got close to it.
Yeah, the talks were like happening, and then they broke down, and then something happened, and it was back on. So that makes me think it probably got close to what he was looking for.
Yeah, and I think Tyson bit his ear twice during that fight.
He did, yeah. There was one time, that was the other time that it really made it count, that I think they had photos afterwards, and you could see there was a chunk missing from Evander Holyfield's ear.
If you're smart at the Hard Rock, they're going to be at the concession stand selling gummy ears. That would be. I would buy that.
That would, yeah.
That's a great idea.
Gummy ears.
That'd be pretty genius marketing. So, yeah, we'll see what winds up happening with it. But I think it's kind of a big story for us here in South Florida to have that fight. It's going to be happening right here.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's looking like it's probably going to be a pay-per-view from what I'm seeing, but I haven't seen any definites on it
But
yet.
Hard Rock Stadium, that's the Dolphins play there, right?
Yeah,
so
it is. Yeah.
it's massive. Are they going to do like a crowd there as well, but socially distanced?
Yeah, I would imagine that's definitely why they're doing it. They're going to have a crowd there, and how much of the stadium they're going to fill up will be interesting to see.
I mean, they're going to make bank on this.
Yeah, and I wonder if they'll have in the stadium itself, as you know, from like with the Miami Open now, they've got a lot of different areas outside.
Venues and property.
Even around the stadium that they might house it. So that's kind of what it is right now. We'll see what winds up happening with that. Boy, our parents would all be behind bars. All be behind bars. Just throw them away. Lock it up. They're not getting out. All the things that they would have us do when we were kids. And it's a different era now. So how many things can you think of that your parents would be arrested for if they did this today? I'm sure that we all probably have something. For me, it usually had to do with the car and how they would transport us. I grew up in a small area as well. I remember driving. I was probably sitting on my grandpa's lap when I was 6, driving, operating the vehicle. Probably can't do that today.
I do that with Rocco.
Okay, Virginia does. Jaybird, did your parents ever do anything that if today that happened, they'd be locked up?
Yes, absolutely. I don't know if this would count as being locked up. My mom used to make me lie about my age to get free meals.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
I was looking like I was 17 trying to get free meals, acting like I'm going to get the 10 and under menu.
Yeah, there were a lot of interesting things that people were texting into us right now. Roberto from Coral Springs texted, he said, in the 80s, my grandma and aunts would send me to the grocery store to get cigarettes when I was about 7 years old.
Wow.
It used to be okay in a certain era where if you got a note from your parents or grandparents, especially in small towns where they knew everybody, that would happen in my hometown of Logan, where all you had to do was get a note from mom or dad, and you would walk in, and they would hand you cartons of cigarettes. And you were like 9 years old. I'm just like, now that I think back on that, I'm like, it really was kind of messed up, wasn't it?
It doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right. Yeah, you'd have all kinds of stuff that would go on. Another one, too, that I think is different. Somebody said my parents and my aunt would lock my cousins in the car while they went into the store for something, and they just have them chill for a while. And, that's something now. How taboo is that to leave a kid in a car?
Yeah, you can't do it.
Running or not.
Well, remember, too, back in the day, so many people would smoke with their kids in the car with the windows rolled up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Somebody's texted in and said my mom would let her boss drive me around sitting on the hood of his Corvette. Yeah, that's something they'd probably ping you for today. Some of the other texts that we got here. Somebody said, my dad gave me a beer when I was 9. Yeah, a lot of times parents letting their kids drink. That was something. Somebody said, when I was 10, my parents stuck a roll of Skoal chewing tobacco in my Christmas stocking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Start them early.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Somebody said that my pops would have me sit quietly in the corner while he played poker. He put a gun in my pocket and told me to pull it if things got froggy. I was 9.
Oh, my God.
Okay, you sit right here. Don't make a noise. But if things get froggy, pull this.
That is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Yeah, the leaving in the car thing. Somebody else had texted and said my mother and grandmother would leave me in the car while they played bingo for 8 hours.
8 hours?
That had to have been the 70s.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. It wasn't really considered to be a bad thing back then. I think that'd go on. Sam from Boca said, yeah, my parents would put a bed in the back of the station wagon for road trips. It was the best. Snack, toys, books. I remember my parents would do that too. Now, you can't do that, right? You can't have kids just rolling around the back of a vehicle.
No, you've got to be harnessed and seat belted up.
Wow. Just life's not as fun as it used to be, is it?
Yeah, I guess it's safer, though. If anything happens.
Yeah, it is. It is. All right. Anything else that you want to share? You can go on ahead and let us know. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. Somebody said, what does the term froggy mean? Yeah, is that an outdated term, froggy? Do you know what froggy means?
Yeah, getting froggy means like you get a little squirrely and hit somebody, punch somebody.
Yeah, am I talking to somebody that's younger there, or is that a regional thing? Never
froggy
know these
means
days.
you're like, all right, we might scrap.
Okay.
You're talking some trash, you're running your mouth, you're getting squirrely, you're froggy.
Yeah. Well, you never know. With terms, everything kind of like has its own time and its own place. And
a frog gets squirrely, a squirrel gets froggy.
Yeah, I thought maybe that was just a Gen X term. I did see this, and I was surprised by this, talking about the generations. Your Generation X, which is, people born 1965 to 1980, and your millennials that they consider to be 1981 to 1999, they say are displaying poorer physical health and engaging in more unhealthy behaviors than the baby boomer parents they had.
Really?
Which I think is odd, considering we just basically slammed baby boomers for how they raised us as kids and how illegal and dangerous all this stuff was, and they're the ones that are more healthy. They say it includes alcohol use and smoking. Anxiety and depression rates have also increased for Gen Xers and millennials. There's no way that can be true, right?
I think more people are smoking now? I don't believe that.
I mean, to me, the baby boomers, that's the unhealthy generation, right? They're the ones that really started on the processed foods. They were smoking in church. And with us in the car, they were drinking brandy all over the place.
It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know that I agree with that either.
Are they saying smoking cigarettes, or do they mean weed?
Maybe it is weed. I don't know. It says it includes alcohol use and smoking. I would think smoking rates have dropped a ton. So
yeah, people actually hide and kind of sneak away. They're almost ashamed to smoke these days.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. So I'm not sure if I believe on that, but I always defend my generation. That's how it goes, I guess. Coming up here in a couple minutes, we're going to have a battle of the generations, a generational battle. We're going to pit the millennials versus the Gen Xers. So, Bird, you're representing Team Gen X today. Denny's going to step in to represent the millennials. So we need to get somebody here to challenge here. Now, what we do is we just try to find pop culture trivia questions that were not in your generation bracket. It could be younger, could be older, but it wouldn't be something that you should easily know. So we need a millennial age 26 to 39, and we need a Gen Xer age 40 to 57 to play.
Okay. I love Sweet Denny's so much. That's why it's going to pain me to destroy him.
Okay. All right. So line up. We got a battle of the generations. 877-979-WRMF. Call in to play next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
All right. Time for another battle of the generations. The millennials are going to be fighting off against the Gen Xers here today. We've got Denny's representing the millennials over here. What up, Denny's?
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Wow, listen to that fire, huh?
Yeah.
Bird, I know, right? Good luck, Bird. You're going to need it. We have got Denny's. Your partner for Team Millennial is going to be Yvonne here from Fort Lauderdale. Hello, Yvonne.
Hello, hello.
What's up?
Yep. Okay. And Jaybird is going to be repping the Gen Xers here today. And we got a Fort Lauderdale versus Miami battle here because, Jaybird, your partner is going to be Oilan from Miami. Hello, Oilan.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh my gosh. Oilon's one of my favorite names of all time.
Okay.
She's like,
But do you know what it means?
Yeah, I never heard that. You're weird.
I see that connection already. It's really impressive. Okay, we're going to start off with our millennials here. Now, what we do in the Battle of the Generations is I'm going to give you a pop culture trivia question that shouldn't be typical to your generation. So it's kind of how much do you know about maybe the other generation's pop culture trivia. So we start off, it could be older or younger with the millennials here. The first question that we have got this is going to be for Yvonne from Fort Lauderdale. Now, if you can answer this by yourself, you get 2 points. If you need Denny's help, we'll give you 1 if you get it correct. An incorrect answer gets you no points. The question we have for the millennials here today, it was a popular stuffed animal monkey from the 1980s that was oh so soft and cuddly.
Oh.
Bird, you all right?
No.
Is he okay?
I don't know what just happened. Okay.
Oh, no.
Yvonne, do you know what the name of this stuffed animal monkey was?
Soft and cuddly monkey.
Oh, so soft and cuddly. Okay, sounds like she needs a little bit of help here. Denny's Team Millennial is struggling to get a point here. Are you going to get a point? What is the name of that stuffed toy monkey?
Oh, man, I'm going to take a guess here. There's one that faintly, I don't think I have the name, but it's coming to my memory. Is it Kibbler or Kintler or something? It was some monkey like that.
Okay. All right,
Kibbler.
Kibbler.
Ugh.
That is incorrect. Bird, do you happen to know what that monkey's called?
Is it? No.
I do.
Teddy Ruxpin?
No.
You know what? Bird. Curious George?
No.
Virginia?
Okay.
Monchichi.
Oh, so soft and
Cuddly.
cuddly.
Oh, no. I was thinking of a different monkey.
Yeah.
Monchichi.
Monchichi is what they called that. The Gen Xers should know that.
I was wrong, Chi-Chi.
Yes. Okay, no points for Team Millennial. That could put you behind if Gen X can get something here. We go to Oylan in Miami. Your first question is, what do you call it when you send a direct message on social media in an attempt to hook up? It's got a term. What is that called, Oylan? What do you think? Hello, sorry.
DMs?
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Oylan. Go ahead.
Oh, sliding into the DMs.
Sliding into the DMs.
Yeah.
All
Yay.
right. She knows. Look at that.
Oh, Lon's got it going on.
Oylan.
Yes.
I thought you loved that name. Never mind.
I love it. Yeah, no, it's the
That delay is
chemistry.
hard.
Yeah, it's
A delay is
Yeah.
really kicking you in the shorts.
Yeah, that's tough, isn't it? Okay. All right, we got our Gen Xers out to a 2-zip lead. Millennials, you can fall too far behind if you blow this one. Back to you, Yvonne in Fort Lauderdale. Your question. Madonna sang This Used to Be My Playground is the title track to which movie?
Oh.
Okay.
The song is called This Used to Be My Playground.
No, the song is called This Used to Be My Playground. Madonna sang it. I think it was 91, 92. It was to a big movie that she might have been in. What is the name of the movie?
It's a depressing song. That's why I like it.
Weepy bird.
Oh, no.
Yvonne.
Do you know?
Okay, Denny's, do you know the name of that movie?
I'm trying to think.
Team Millennials in trouble.
I'm going to say Evita.
Evita
Is it Dick Tracy?
Incorrect. No, the name of the movie is called A League of Their Own.
Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball.
That would be the movie. Yeah, you're right, Bird. Okay. Wow. All right, let's see here. Can the Gen Xers pretty much put it away here? Your question, Oylan. What's the name of SpongeBob SquarePants' pet snail?
Gary.
Gary is correct.
Yay!
Dang. Okay. All right. It is looking really bleak for Team Millennial here today. I'm going to give you just a saving grace with one more question to see if y'all can get this right. Okay. The question I will give you, what country is the group BTS from? Yvonne, that is for you. What country is the group BTS from?
Korea.
That is correct.
Wow.
They got the younger stuff here. Okay. All right. All right. She's still alive. It is 4-2 now. Gen X, you guys win if you can even get 1 point here.
Roof. You hear that? That's them old dogs coming for you, Denny's.
Make it a hard one.
Okay. Here we go. All right. Oi, Lon. Your question.
Yes, sir.
What other artist joined Pink, Christina Aguilera, and Lil' Kim on the song Lady Marmalade? Lady Marmalade, however you want to pronounce it.
Oh.
Pink, Christina Aguilera, Lil' Kim. There's one more. What was her name?
Oh, my God, I can't think. I think I need to phone a friend.
Say, Jaybird, what do you think?
It's actually two. You've got Missy Misdemeanor Elliott on there, and you also have Maya, who I had the biggest crush on.
Okay, for the win for your Gen Xers, do you get a point? Bird has saved the day, puts it away. That is a 5-spot, 5-2. Your Gen Xers take down the Millennials today.
Ah.
Dang.
Missy Elliott was on Marmalade?
I know Maya was. I didn't know Missy
I don't think
was.
Missy was.
She does. She has a little bit of a verse on there. Why are you trying me?
He is not buying it. All right. Well, congratulations on the win. Oilan from Miami takes down Fort Lauderdale. Yvonne, thank you very much for playing along.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Something you might find shocking. We had some bad information on the KVJ show yesterday. I like to always address that. Bird woke up yesterday. He had a fever. He had a sore throat. So when that happens in a pandemic era, you got to go get that COVID test. He did. He went and got his antigen test, came back negative, thankfully. He's got the PCR results that hopefully he'll get soon. But somebody had said something yesterday on the show that if you get COVID now, you'll have to wait for 90 days to wind up getting your vaccine because you have the antibodies naturally as you come out of the COVID from what your body created, and the vaccine won't take hold because you have your own antibodies in there.
Huh.
Now, Tom from Coral Springs says that your email about that and that comment you'd said yesterday, not correct. The WHO says that if you currently had COVID and are now negative with no symptoms, you can get vaccinated right away. I had just recovered from COVID and got my negative results on Saturday, and I'm already signed up for my vaccination now in the next couple of weeks.
Huh.
So Tom was saying that is BS. So there you go.
It's always some misinformation that people give us.
Well, you never know. It sounded good to me.
It did.
Yeah. So we do appreciate everybody keeping the audience in check. Thanks for the information, but also thanks for letting us know when it's not accurate.
And no thanks to the guy that told us the inaccurate stuff.
Yeah, that's just
Well,
today's
let's
world,
not,
isn't it?
Let's not judge people for being inaccurate. I think that's not nice to be judgy.
That's what I do.
Janelle in Jupiter, too, said that she had gone same-day results, not only on the antigen, but the PCR results she got back same day from the Brumback Clinic there. She said it was completely free, too, just to give you a heads up. So I guess it is possible that if you got that, because it is tough, as Bird's finding out. We're keeping him out today. He's from home doing the show, but it's just kind of to make sure that he didn't have anything else, because even if it was accurate, he doesn't have the COVID, does he have strep or anything else? So
right. We don't need to pass anything around.
Right. So
But I'm telling you what, though, I'm coming in tomorrow. 8 packs of wild wolves couldn't stop the bird tomorrow.
Oh, yeah? I'd like to take you up on that challenge. Denny's, can we get 8 packs of wild wolves here tomorrow? Because I'd like to put those in the lobby when Birds comes in.
How many wolves in a pack?
Feels like 12.
I believe
12 per pack?
5 to 12.
Yeah. Let's take a look at that.
That's a lot of wild wolves. But, I mean, if anybody can do it, it's Denny's.
Yeah. Okay. We'll We'll put that together.
I feel like you couldn't battle one pack of wild wolves.
Well, I've been battling a witch for about 16 years. A wolf's nothing.
Nothing, huh? We had also heard that we each had our own little threat level because we were talking about how different South Florida law enforcement agencies, particularly Palm Beach sheriffs, when they say things or see things on social media that is they deem as a threat, or you say, hey, I'm going to go dump garbage on a congressperson's lawn or masks or whatever it is, they might show up at your door at 10 o'clock at night saying, hey, just to let you know, that's not a good idea. If you actually go through with that, you will be arrested, and we wanted to let you know. We were talking about that, and somebody had made the comment, I think it was Michael in our chat room, had said that, yeah, you know what, they are always keeping a tally on you from all the different threats and comments that you had made, because the one woman we talked to, that Cuban mom had, apparently she had had a couple of other things before.
A couple run-ins.
Yeah.
Something tells me she's got a threat level.
Well, here's the whole thing. Apparently there is no such thing as the threat rating, or no one has a threat level. This is from Stacy. She's a duty officer with the Florida Highway Patrol. I deal with duty.
Duty?
Yeah, that's what it's called. She works with the databases that check everybody that we pull over or come in contact with. And just to let you know, we use the exact same database that the rest of the country uses, including the Fed. So all law enforcement agencies are using the same one. And she's saying there is no threat level.
Damn it.
So that is not something that happens. They're absolutely delusional. How it works is, say you get pulled over, we run your driver's license, social security, name, number, whatever that is, and it only tells us your current status as a driver, valid or not, or suspended, any active warrants throughout the country, any kind of like immigration issues or terrorist activity, restraining orders, protection orders, or maybe if you're a missing person. And if a trooper has either probable cause or reason, they specifically ask for a background check, we now can run a criminal history, which should tell us your past boo-boos and arrest. But we literally have no idea if 6 months ago you beat your girlfriend, robbed a bank, etc., until we specify and specifically ask for that information.
Oh, man, I was really hoping we all had a threat level.
I was very curious because we all thought Virginia's were going to be through the roof. Out of a 10, you're a 9.
Oh, get out of here.
I don't know. Where would you put Virginia's threat level, Jay Bird?
I mean, she talks a big old game on the microphone, but as she's gotten older, the witch is much like a kitten. Very, very adorable off the microphone.
All bark, no bite.
All bark, all purring.
Okay.
All purring, no licking.
What?
It didn't come out good.
Yeah, all right.
He's not feeling well.
Okay.
There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
And just for the record, a lot of people are calling Tom out from Coral Springs now and saying that Tom is actually full of BS. My wife works at a doctor's office, and I actually asked her last night because I heard you guys talking about it yesterday. She said the 90-day wait between getting COVID and the vaccine is absolutely true. And somebody else said, another person said, yeah, it's Tom is not right.
Oh,
My
no.
boss, yeah, had wanted to get his vaccination, and Publix turned him away because he hadn't waited 90 days since his infection. So,
uh-oh.
Yeah, so sorry, Tom. A lot of people were saying that we were actually right yesterday, or the comment was right yesterday on the show, and you are the one that is actually, my friend, incorrect. So.
And this is just, too, I mean, all of us are learning together.
Yeah.
And I bet you some places are giving people the vaccine that just got off of COVID, and some places are saying, no, we can't do that.
Maybe.
Because everybody's learning as we go.
Yeah. So, all right, well, there you go. We're just trying to keep it all straight. That's what we're hearing. All right. Big old story today to kick off your whacked out news about a naked woman that got rescued yesterday morning from a storm drain in Delray Beach.
What the hell is going on here? Because didn't she say she's been down there for a week?
Well, they don't really know, as of the story that I had read, how long. They say it was a significant time, perhaps days, perhaps even weeks.
Like what?
That this naked woman was in this drain. It's about 8 feet deep. It's right along Southwest 11th Avenue, just a few feet south of Atlantic Avenue there in Delray Beach. And a passerby had heard her in the storm drain and called 911. And they had to, get a ladder and a harness and all that kind of stuff to get her out, and no word on how she even got in there. They're still doing an investigation, trying to get some details on it. Now, luckily, she only had a few scrapes. They took her to Delray Medical Center for further evaluation, but it is kind of a mystery today. But, I mean, we're just flushing naked people out of the sewers there in Delray.
I feel if I was stuck in the sewer drain system, I feel like I could get out. I feel like I could find a way out. Like, I wouldn't be down there for a week.
Yeah, I don't know. That's an odd story.
Maybe she's suffering from mental illness and there's other things going on here.
Maybe. If you know Atlantic Avenue in Delray, there are many people, they have all the rehab places there. And so there's an interesting lot of people, some of them just walking in and out of rehab clinics and the such. And so I don't know what it is, and I'm not saying she is, but, there is...
there may be an explanation.
There are a lot of possibilities.
Okay.
Yeah, so it might come with a good explanation. I guess we'll have to wait to find out what they do finally get on that. What are the odds on this? This is kind of a crazy story. A baby was born at 3:21 p.m. on March 21st, which is 321. So you got 321 on the time, 321 on the date, and where were they born? Space Coast. You know what the area code is, Virginia?
Let me guess. 321.
That's right, because it's the countdown for the launch. How about that?
Cute.
321 on 321 in the 321.
Did they plan that?
I don't know. How do you plan that? I mean, down to the minute, down to the date, down to the area code?
Yeah, if she's giving a vaginal birth, you can push or not push at a certain time. I mean, you can't change it like by hours, but you can change it by minutes.
Well, that's a well-trained vagina then.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know. So you're saying not that impressive, huh?
I mean, you can also get your Pitocin at a certain time and get dilated to make it happen at that time.
Virginia's going on record. She's not impressed.
Well,
they could have planned it.
Keep in mind, dog, she gave birth and then she came to work 2 hours later.
That's true. You're right. It takes a lot to impress Virginia with births. Okay. All right, Bryce Albert. He's a 20-year-old college student from Naples. He is the first of two to get bit by a shark here in South Florida. This one happened on March 18th at the Juno Beach Pier.
Ooh.
They wound up taking him to St. Mary's, and he's expected to make a full recovery. But just days later, a 9-year-old from Wisconsin was on South Beach, and he got bit on the shoulder while body surfing by a shark.
Oh, no. A 9-year-old?
Yeah.
Poor little guy.
I know, right? The doctors were able to do a skin graft and save his arm, but just to let people know, you do see that impressive aerial footage of those black-tipped sharks in their migration. That's what's going on. As many as 1,200 black-tipped sharks per square mile have been heading down the Florida coast about 650 feet off the shoreline. Sometimes they get closer, which is what's crazy with the aerial footage you see. You always see that surfer, that person just standing out in the water.
Has no idea.
There's about 3,000 sharks like 10 feet away from them.
Horrifying.
It's an annual winter migration to warmer water. They got about 2 weeks left in this migration to let people know. Now, black-tipped sharks don't typically go after humans, but if you're right there and in their way, they're like, dude, move. And that can be long enough. They're about 5 feet long, 270 pounds on average.
I don't want to dance with that.
Yeah, and what happens is when you get people in shallow water with a black-tipped shark, eventually you're going to have a couple bites, and that's what we got here.
Would you let a shark bite you in the butt for $5,000?
No.
Really? I mean, you're not going to die. It's a great story, and you get five large.
$5,000?
Only if it's Greg Norman.
That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Greg, if you're listening, we could make that happen. A woman in Indonesia posted a TikTok video where she's holding this tiny brown octopus in her hand. It's so cute. She knows that it's going to get tons of views. But what she didn't know is she was actually holding one of the world's deadliest animals that has enough venom to kill 20 humans.
What the hell?
Yeah. All for a TikTok video.
Did it get her?
No, thankfully. But boy, that would have been something, huh?
Venomous octopuses?
Well, she's holding it, and people are going, you know what that is?
Oh, my God.
You are seconds from death. Yeah. I don't know if you heard about these two guys that got busted smuggling more than $382,000 worth of gold into India on Sunday. Now, what was fascinating is where they were hiding it. Apparently, they were bald dudes who stashed it under their toupees.
Huh, look at that.
But the cops got a little suspicious because apparently the toupees just didn't look quite right.
They're not sitting properly.
Yeah, not sitting properly.
Ill-fitting wig.
It's hard to put $382,000 worth of gold under your toupee.
You are going to have a lumpy texture to that toope.
The golden domers. A guy in Minneapolis tried to steal over 270 boxes of Girl Scout cookies from a grocery store loading dock on Saturday. But the problem is there's so many great flavors. You know, Virginia, right?
I do.
I mean, imagine you're staring at all these Girl Scout cookies. You're like, well, what do I take? So he's standing there trying to figure out which ones to steal, and he can't make up his mind. His delay gave the cops enough time to pull him over while he pulled out of the parking lot.
Just leave the Thin Mints.
That was it. He's like, well, maybe I want Thin Mints. I don't know. There are times where maybe they're fresh and refreshing, but do I have too many do-si-dos here?
Dude, you're stealing from Girl Scouts. Come on, you're little girls, really?
Yeah.
It shouldn't feel good.
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. There's a caravan of National Guard soldiers that were transporting the COVID vaccine that got held up at gunpoint on Monday by a 66-year-old guy from Arizona.
What was this old coot doing?
Well, he thought they were kidnapping women and children in the vans.
Oh, boy.
So apparently he's been on too many of those, what are those conspiracy theory websites?
No, dude, it's just the vaccine. Now get the hell out the way.
Yeah, he got them all confused. He was probably, I'm sure he was on anti-vaxxer sites, but it was also the ones we're crossing over with the ones about, you know, all the pedophilia charges and all that as well, so... There's a guy in Canada that stole a police car on Monday afternoon, and when the police caught him after a chase, he stole another police car just to get away.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That's brazen.
And then they caught him again after that, and this time they arrested him without him stealing another car, thankfully.
All right, we're not going to let him out of our sight this time.
Right, this time. You're not stealing another one. And that is your whacked out news. Coming up here in a couple of minutes, can we tell when... Bird, Denny's, or Suits is lying? I'm terrible at this game, apparently, because I miss every week. We got 2 truths and a lie coming up next. All right, time for 2 truths and a lie here. We got to try to figure out who the big old liar is. One person is, 2 people are honest. Virginia, I blow it every single week when we play this game now. This is my worst game. I'm just absolutely terrible at this for some reason.
You gotta focus.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I got to really kind of like try to dial in here to hear what's going on.
You got too many buttons and computers and things to run over there. You gotta lock into these boys.
You're right, I do.
And we're trying to fool you.
Yeah, they definitely are. Okay, who's going to be starting here with the first story today?
I can go ahead. Since I'm here in presence.
Oh.
Okay,
Big
Danny.
D.
Well, so in my childhood home, my brother and his friends, they all built a clubhouse on top of the storage shed we had in the backyard.
Okay.
And you could climb a ladder that he built onto a tree just to get to the top. So it was pretty common. I would come home from dates, and him and his friends would be joking around. And one night, they shot me with frozen paintballs when I came home from a date. So I ran into the garage trying to seek shelter. And I got so mad, I grabbed a sledgehammer and I smashed the ladder that they could climb up, and I left them up there for about 6 hours.
Oh, dang.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
They deserved it.
Okay. That's an interesting story. Okay, Bird, what do you got here for your story?
Am I coming in clear?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So when I was 16 years old, I was at the Gardens Mall with my buddy. and all of a sudden, these groups, we're talking groups after groups of people wearing this shirt that had the word Tika on it, starts following me all around the mall, starts taking pictures of me like I'm some kind of famous person now. I'm just 16. I'm a small town kid from Lake Park.
Yeah.
But we're talking hundreds and hundreds of people that were at the Gardens Mall wearing this shirts that said Tika. They're following me everywhere. They're taking pictures. Security gets involved. Well, fast forward 9 months later, I'm at Disney World. The same Tika group is there. The same thing happens. They follow me, take pictures. They must have thought I was someone famous from a different country.
Okay. 2 separate times they thought Jaybird was famous. Okay.
Tika?
Yeah, I mean, they would follow me and take my picture.
Spell Tika.
Tica.
Weird.
Okay. All right, and what do you got for us here in Two Truths and a Lie?
I just googled Tika, and it's the International Cat Association.
International Cat Association's Tika? What's the
It's
T
the
for?
world's largest genetic registry of pedigreed cats.
Dog, I'm telling you, this is back in the 90s, and I don't think that's the same federation.
He's famous in the cat community.
Yeah, they're all chasing a jaybird.
It wasn't the cat community.
What the hell?
Okay, Suits, what do you got for us here? We're going to try to figure out if you're telling the truth or not.
Ironically, my story involves a cat.
Oh.
Okay.
So over the weekend, over the weekend, I got up early in the morning, and I'm always quiet because I can't switch off getting up at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning on the weekend. So my mom is always still asleep. So I'm kind of tippy-toeing, getting like my breakfast made and everything. And in the living room, she's got a paint table set up. She's got a little workshop there because she loves to paint. And I guess she left one of the paint bottles open. And I tripped, cat toy, and hit the paint bottle. The thing ended up spilling on the floor.
Oh.
And I'm trying not to make all this noise because it was literally 6:30 in the morning. I go back, I start cleaning this, and I've got my mom's cat pestering me, really wants attention, and I'm trying to clean this up without the cat going and trying to eat the paint because that's not going to be good for the cat, obviously. Well, I didn't realize how much paint I had on my hands when I tried to kind of shoo the cat away.
Okay.
I painted 4 green stripes with my fingers down the side of the cat, trying to push him away. So now I've got a cat with 4 stripes down the side. I've painted the side of this white cat, mostly white cat.
Okay.
I had to clean out the sink really quick because I didn't want him to clean himself and like get the paint on his tongue or anything. And bathe the cat like they did with the Dawn soap in the commercials with the ducks, like from the oil spill.
The oil ducks.
Cats love baths.
You have no idea how tough it is to bathe a cat. I don't know how I didn't get scratched. He was relatively cool, but I cleaned him up. He seems okay. But yeah, I accidentally painted the cat the other morning.
And an important question, are you a member of Tika?
Big time supporter.
Okay.
I mean, if anybody on this show should be affiliated with Tika, it's you.
I'm really curious about this Tika. I want to learn more.
Okay, Virginia, what are your thoughts? The one story that I feel most confident about is Suits. I feel like that's a true story.
I feel like Suits did paint his cat. Yeah.
I feel like that's legit. So is it Denny's story about stranding the people up on the roof, or is it Bird's story about Tika?
I also thought that Denny's was telling the truth. I think Bird, the cat lover, is lying.
It feels like it, yeah.
It feels like Bird.
Just by a bit.
The Tika story.
I love it.
So, but Denny's thing, I mean, was that a little slightly out of character for Denny's, though, to do something
When he was younger, I think Denny's was feistier.
Okay.
And he's even talked about that, how, you know, when he was younger, he was a little bit more of a different personality. So I could see him snapping and breaking the ladder. I mean, those guys deserved to have their ladder broke and be stuck up there. Frozen paintballs hurt.
Oh, back then, too, all my brother's friends were such, like, hoodlums. They went out just to cause havoc.
Jaybird was talking about how he'd gone around not only the mall, but also a theme park, and people were following him around thinking he was like somebody famous. He's part of Tika.
Ironically, he was being hounded by the International Cat Association.
Yeah. It was not cat people.
And then Suits accidentally painted a cat. That's kind of his story. A lot of cat news here today. Okay. After hearing what we had, I'm going to stick with mine. I'm going to say that it is a bird that is telling us the lie. What do you think, Virginia?
I agree with you.
Okay. Top answer that people are texting us. They think that it is bird. Did he fool us or is he the liar? Bird, were you lying?
I was not lying. I swear to you on everything that absolutely happened to me. There was some group named Tika, and it was a ton of people at the Gardens Mall, and they all had the same shirt on, and they thought I was famous. They didn't speak the native tongue here. It was very weird. They would follow me into all of the stores, but there was definitely a language barrier. And then when I went to Disney World about 9 months later, 8 months later, whenever, the same thing happened. It was a big group of people with this Tika.
Wow. Very odd.
Get it.
And the only thing we could figure out was that I looked like someone from a different country that I had no idea.
Well, there is an R&B singer from Canada that goes by Tika, but I would think that you would understand the language.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it was probably 1994 is when this probably happened, maybe 93.
There was a freestyle group, TKA.
No, this looked like a group of people, like hundreds of people that were on a vacation visiting from a different country.
Were they Asian? There's a Tika group that is the Taipei International Christian Academy from Taiwan.
The way it went down, it's honestly felt like that because they were trying to take pictures and they were like they wouldn't let me leave a store. Remember Sam Goody in the Gardens Mall? I went up to the Sam Goody and like 30 people that had a Tika shirt on came in there. They cornered me.
Okay. Fascinating. So only in the life of Bird, right?
There's a Tika River. Maybe they're from that area where the Tika River flows.
Who knows?
I don't know. I know people. I'm reading some of the comments. People think I'm lying. I swear to you on everything.
Yeah, we still think you're lying. I don't care who you guys tell me is the liar. It's Jay Bird.
No, I swear to you on everything.
Okay, so if Bird is not the liar, was it Denny's that was the liar? That was my second guess.
It was me.
Oh.
Kevin was right with his gut. Although I was very rambunctious in my youth. I was more pranky than I was. I would never strand
that
my
seemed
brother.
a little out of character.
Yeah. They used to always play pranks on me, though.
But Bird's story was so far-fetched. Yeah. I'm like, but then I got to remember who we're talking about here.
I think Bird and Denny's are both lying.
Okay.
I feel bad because I swear that happened and nobody believes me.
Okay. If you work for somebody that's rich, maybe even famous, how much do you put up with? Because there's a lot of people that do that. We got so many rich, famous people that live in South Florida, and then most of us are not, and we may do something for them. And a lot of them are really awesome and cool, and they treat everybody the same. A lot of them are, but some of them are not. So how would you respond to this person who sent us an email who says, I clean houses for a living. I'm a small business owner. Woot woot. And I've got a customer who is very nitpicky and literally everything I do is questioned. Well, this lady accused me of stealing her clothes. Now, I've been cleaning her house once a week for almost 6 months. She is a very high-profile client. Won't give the name. I think we would know. But I never want to make her upset in any way. Besides that, I'm not a thief. Well, after we tried to hash it out, she still believed that I stole from her, but she still wanted me to clean her house, which was weird.
That is weird.
I told her I couldn't work for her anymore because the trust isn't there, and I stormed out of the house. Well, then a week or two later, she calls. I didn't answer back, but she leaves a voicemail telling me that her handyman had taken the clothes, and then she asked if I could come back. But the key thing missing from this voicemail, no apology. And I did not call her back as of yet.
Yeah, I mean, if you felt like you were in a bad situation and she was being nasty to you, you don't need that. Absolutely don't go back. You don't owe her anything. You don't have to call her back. She accused you of stealing, And then she never apologized when she found out you didn't.
It's tough. And, if I were thinking this through, and if this happened to me, one of the first things I would think is I got my own small business. I clean places. And the one thing that you do know around here in South Florida, the way things go, and it's just human nature, that whenever I see how this happens, a lot of rich people will pass around people they know. So you're thinking, okay, I might wind up cleaning all the celebrities or high-profile people's homes. I might have extra perks that come from that. I want to keep it close. And with that, sometimes I got to put up with a little bit of crap or things I wouldn't normally put up with from somebody to stay plugged into that circle. And I would be fearful that not responding, not going would mean that. And it sounds like what she's holding out for is the apology. If there was an apology and said, I am so sorry, I shouldn't have done that, then it might be okay and maybe they would go back. Now, is there a way to salvage this? And do you go back, or do you just say, you know what, I don't care? Because my first fear would be, I'm a small business owner. I clean houses. This could be really good. This could be the moment that makes a difference in my job. And whether I'm cleaning for high profile clients and making a good bit of money, or if I stay more on the lower level. And I can imagine that you might make a lot more money if you go to a certain league of person.
And
this lady might be in that league, and you would hate to jeopardize that, because then you might forever set yourself on a path of, well, I'm going to do smaller clients and make less money.
But how much abuse are you willing to take? And how much money more does she pay you than an average client? You got to look at that and see if there's perks to putting up with her. If she acts this way, she better be paying you more.
Okay. So would you go back at all without the apology, Virginia?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Because I think once you've been accused of stealing from somebody, that is a very, very hefty accusation. And then she found out that the handyman took it, and then she didn't apologize. That's a huge character flaw. I don't want to be around that woman. I would not be able to go back and work for her.
Would you go back with an apology?
Possibly, but I mean, I hold a grudge, so
yeah, she does.
I don't know if I'd be able to go back, because I'd be so pissed that you accuse me of stealing that, I would not be happy at my job knowing that I just slinked back in there. Instead, I would channel my energy into going and have business cards made and finding some new clients that way by going out and recruiting new clients, maybe go to brunch on the island somewhere.
Yeah, and I would tell you, I mean, the only thing that I have seen, how many careers have you seen where one person starts out with just one connection to one higher profile person? And that may be the only time you really have that connection. That then makes it 2 high-profile clients, 3, 4, 5. Then you're in the network, and then you can lose one easily and be like, that's fine. I've got 2 or 3 others. But this is the only door that I have open into that community. And it is really tough to get through that door, because how many people do you have out there cleaning houses with their own business?
There's quite a few.
Exactly. Bird,
Yeah.
would you go back at all?
Hell no. I learned from the very, very insightful movie Overboard, starring Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. Never stay with a job where the boss is treating you terrible. It's never going to work out in the end. Can I get an amen, Virginia?
Amen. Life is short, and if this woman is not even willing to apologize to you, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to hold a grudge, and then I'm going to go in there, and when I'm cleaning her house, I might be like, screw it. I might clean the toilet with her toothbrush. And then what is that turning me into?
Okay.
A monster.
A monster. A monster. I don't want to be that monster because of her negativity and her accusations and her inability to apologize. I got to get away from her. She's toxic.
Somebody did text in and said, you know what? She might apologize when you call back. So maybe at least have that connection and that call
She
and a
should have
conversation.
apologized on the voicemail.
And maybe she felt like it was something that you should do when you're actually talking to the person. She thought like an apology is weak if you leave it on a voice message.
You can take that apology and stick it where the sun don't shine.
Okay. All right.
We're going to hold a grudge.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
So that is the recommendation, is to just move on in life. Okay. I guess there's a lot of problems going on with housekeepers here. One who is no longer going to work for their, I guess, somewhat famous client because they accused him of stealing incorrectly. Turned out that the maintenance guy had actually moved these clothes that she was accused of stealing, but the question was going back or not. No apologies happened yet on a voice message, and so far Virginia and Jaybird are like, nope, not going back, not going to do it. So not going to deal with somebody like that. So they're out.
No, she sounds like she's a disaster because the first thing you say on the message is, I am so sorry.
Somebody did text in and said, I deal with a lot of high-end clients, and she would be better going back because people that have that kind of status quo, they've got a lot of money, and she's too embarrassed to apologize, but she'll definitely be telling her friends that she's a trustworthy cleaning lady, and that's how she's going to build her business. And I'd be willing to bet that out of just guilt from the customer, she will do something nice for her. So you will receive more in the end. And to my point, like I said, I would just be concerned that I would never break into that circuit again. If I didn't, maybe, and you might tolerate a little bit more. But
I would forgive her. I wouldn't make a big deal out of it, but I wouldn't be able to work with somebody who accused me of stealing.
Not without using her toothbrush to clean the toilet.
Well, Virginia's a psycho. We all get that.
Sorry, not sorry.
Rachel Lee had said, call her back and talk kindly, but decline any more work for her. So that's a couple thoughts that had come in here. Now, Virginia, you said that you have a friend that had to fire a housekeeper?
Yeah, I have a friend that just had to fire a housekeeper, and because the housekeeper wasn't cleaning, like they were supposed to do this and this and this and this, and they were leaving off like several things they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
And then my friend would call them out for it, and they'd be like wanting to get confrontational and fight about it. And then the housekeeper accused my friend of being aggressive and vicious. And my friend's like, you're insane. Goodbye. Go F yourself. And hung up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like it's just insane. You're not doing your job, and then you want to come back and say that my friend's being aggressive? Well, you're charging somebody to do the cleaning you didn't do.
Yeah.
You gotta. I think you cut ties as soon as there's drama with a cleaning person like that, because they're in your house. You can't let that fester. You can't let somebody come in your house that could possibly be mad at you. They'll clean your toilet with the toothbrush.
That's true. I wonder how many people are doing that.
What if you and your cleaning person have the hots for each other?
Well, they do.
Senior, right?
They do have those cleaning girls that'll come over topless and clean your apartment.
Yeah, but that's a hired gun. That doesn't turn me on. I want like the real thing. You have a moment, you both lock eyes. I don't know. It's a fantasy.
Okay. Bird's hiring. All right. Well, Bird is back in the saddle, too. He was out yesterday completely from the show. Today we got him on remotely, so Denny's had to do the thought for the day. But Bird is back in charge of that coming up.
The KVJ Show will be right back. 97.9 WRMF.
Got a nice little hashtag be cool moment here. Ken Jeong, really cool dude. He's a very smart guy. He actually was a doctor before he kind of got into comedy and then had his big breakout in The Hangover. He's doing some really cool stuff, and now you see him on The Masked Singer, and he stepped up and donated $50,000 to the families of victims who were killed in the shootings at 3 Atlanta area spas last week.
Oh, that's beautiful of him.
Probably saw that. Yes, he gave $10,000 to 5 different GoFundMe campaigns. Now, his parents have migrated to the U.S. from South Korea, and he's also shared a video calling for an end to anti-Asian racism. There you go. So a nice hashtag be cool and set an example for everybody on that.
Good for him. I mean, put your money where your mouth is. That is awesome.
Well, there's definitely a heightened awareness on racism and hate and everything else. And I'm glad that we have really finally come to a place it feels like where there's zero tolerance for it. Say enough is enough. This is just dumb. You know, treating anybody differently from where they are to the color of their skin or hair or how they look, all that stuff is really stupid. And even Sesame Street has stepped up, and now they've introduced 2 new Muppets, a black father and a son, as part of their effort to help children understand racial literacy. The 2 Muppets, Wes and Elijah, are making their debut in a short video online. It starts off with Elmo wanting to know why Wes's skin is brown, so his father Elijah explains what melanin is all about and how the color of our skin is an important part of who we are. So that's a great way to reach kids and help them start understanding that we are going to look different, just like Muppets. But it means that we're all fantastic. We bring something a little bit different to it. And they've also used another Muppet, Rosita, who's been around for a while.
Yes.
And they have her mom and some friends. They're celebrating speaking Spanish. And they had just come out of what was a racist incident. And they talk about that in the video so the kids can understand it. And Sesame Street in the Children's Television Workshop realizes that a lot of parents want to discuss this, but it's tough. And like, how do we do this? And Muppets is a great way to do it because you can make them any shade or color. And so they have developed a special series, the Coming Together series, that has a whole bunch of new resources to help families who want to discuss race and racism with their kids and just don't know where to begin or what to do. And they'll put in Muppets and they'll help them. And in a great way, they can just watch something that they would love to watch anyway to be entertained, and they can learn a good, valuable lesson about how to treat people no matter how they look or where they're from.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that is some really cool stuff. So there you go. All right, Jaybird, hopefully you are all ready to go here. He is out today at home. We've got him patched in live. He had a fever still, sore throat. You say that the fever is gone, Bird. The throat is getting better.
I'm feeling way better. I mean, I don't know if you noticed during a commercial break, I'm dancing. I'm having fun. I'm making the turn for the good stuff.
Okay. All right, good. How are your glands? You said they were swollen earlier.
Oh man, my glands are in my prime. They're feeling better.
Okay. All right. Well, that's great news. You can hear how much positivity is coming out of here, Virginia.
He really wants to come back to work tomorrow.
Does.
Even if he had glands the size of softballs, he's not going to tell you.
Yeah. All right, Bird, if you would wrap us all up today, give us your thought for the day.
Hardship often prepares an ordinary person for an extraordinary destiny.
Okay.
Yeah, Bird.
Oh, very lovely.
Big glands, big brain.
That's right. Okay. We got Bird with us as we do the After the Show podcast. That's going to be streaming live. You can check that out coming up here on your YouTube and anytime on demand on the WRMF app for free.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.